Sea in World War II out in the Pacific. One of the most dynamic. Now that was a high-speed pass. You know why I stopped? Could you hear that whistle? The enemy named this airplane Whistling Death because at a high-speed dive, just like you heard there, the cooling air coming through the oil coolers were out on the leading edge of the wing, and that caused the noise. Look behind you to your right, coming around the right side of the arch. This is David Falk. He is a dynamic, where our pilots, the Allied pilots, called it the bent wing bird. That was done aerodynamically for several reasons. In 1940, this type of airplane set a record as being the fastest airplane in the world, 405 miles an hour. Falk Company was the designer of this airplane, and they came up with a winner. If you're a fan of television, you might remember that series Black Sheep's Blood. It was about that same group of Marine fighter pilots led by Greg Pappy Boynton. They called him Pappy, or the old man, because he was in his late 20s. They were all kids. And the series went from 1976 to 77 and 78. And Robert Conrad, the actor, played the part of Greg Boynton. Greg was the highest scoring Marine ace of World War II. He shot down no less than 28 of the enemy's airplanes, and he did 5 of those shoot downs on one day. The airplane was really designed around the engine. Get a big engine and put the airplane behind it. Why did the wings come out low and at an angle and have to be bent to go out level with the ground or at the rising? Well, this is a shipboard airplane. Carrier pilots will tell you when they land aboard the deck of an aircraft carrier, it is more like a controlled crash than it is a landing. That's the way they're supposed to do it. It is the tail hook and not the brakes that stop the airplane. There are 4 wires stretched across the deck of an aircraft carrier. They are held off the ground by pucks, and it is the tail hook which grabs one of these very short and stubby to absorb that punishment, and it comes off the bottom of those gull wings. You see the flaps are down, but I want you to look back at the tail, underneath the tail at the fuselage, and you will see the tail hook is down. Now the Marine Corps and Navy fighter pilots that flew this aircraft had a technique, flying low, they called it flat heading. And what they would do is take that tail hook and fly over the enemy's telephone or electrical lines and snag them or break them, thereby reducing the amount of damage the enemy could do to us. 12,500 of these aircraft were built. After the war, they were scrapped, many of them, and we know now of only about 40 to 50 that still are. So this was the hot rod. After World War II, some of the military pilots came home and raced these airplanes to victory at the Center of Air Racing, Cleveland, Ohio. They now executed the victory roll. The comet when pilots came back from a mission, they had down one of the enemy fighters. As they set up for their landing, they would do one of those victory rolls. That would give a tremendous amount of morale to the people on the ground who were supporting the aircraft. If you get a chance, you could read Pappy Boynton's book. You got a chance to be around him late in life, battling with cancer. Yeah. All right, I didn't pay my electric bill. They cut me off, but now the airplane, more about the airplane. It had a very long production run. Remember, after World War II, we were getting into the world of jets. The piston-powered, propeller-driven fighters would no longer be viable in the dogfight arena. But they continued to manufacture this airplane continuously from 1942.